The Canal Saint-Martin in Paris is being dredged for the first time in 15 years.
In an astounding revelation, authorities have drained the 200-year-old Canal Saint-Martin in Paris, revealing extraordinary and unexpected finds at its bottom. After years of anticipation and speculation, the secrets hidden beneath the murky waters are finally coming to light. What astonishing artifacts and bizarre items were uncovered in this historic canal? What do these discoveries tell us about the city's past? Join us as we get into this incredible story and uncover the remarkable treasures lying beneath Paris's iconic waterway. The story of the Canal Saint-Martin begins in 1802, when Napoleon Bonaparte, keen on improving the health and hygiene of Paris, ordered its construction. At that time, the city's population was around 550,000 and growing rapidly. Napoleon recognized the urgent need for fresh water to prevent the spread of diseases that plagued the densely populated urban areas. Built over a span of more than 2 decades, the canal was finally completed in 1825. It was funded through a levy on wine, which underscores the significance of this project to the city's infrastructure. This ingenious fundraising technique supplied the required funds, but also emphasized the canal's significance in Parisians' daily lives. But why was this canal so crucial? Initially, the Canal Saint-Martin played a crucial role in trade. It transported essential goods, such as building supplies and food, into the heart of the city. The waterway facilitated the movement of heavy and bulky items that would have been difficult to transport over land. The canal's construction was a monumental engineering feat, designed to support the bustling trade activities that were crucial to Paris's economy. Over the years, the canal evolved from a practical trade route to a beloved leisure destination. Its picturesque banks and tranquil waters began to attract locals and tourists alike. Paris's wealthy young bohemians and artists found inspiration in the serene environment of the canal. It even inspired famous artists like Alfred Sisley, who captured its beauty in his Impressionist paintings. The Canal Saint-Martin became a cultural icon, featured in various films, most notably the 2001 classic Amélie. The canal's unique charm and historic significance made it a symbol of Parisian life, blending the old with the new. The canal's long history and continuous use have taken a toll. The authorities periodically need to drain the canal to clean and maintain it. This process, undertaken every 10 to 15 years, reveals a fascinating glimpse into the city's past. What extraordinary discoveries were made when the canal was drained recently? As the water receded, it unveiled a bizarre collection of items, ranging from old coins and relics to modern-day bicycles and even motorbikes. Each object tells a story, reflecting the lives and times of those who lived and worked along the canal over the centuries. These findings are more than just debris. They are pieces of history, each with its own tale. What do these items reveal about Paris's past, and how did they end up in the canal? The answer to these questions lies in the continuous interaction between the city and its iconic waterway. The reason for draining the Canal Saint-Martin is both practical and pressing. Over time, debris and pollution accumulate in the waterway, turning it into a hidden repository of the city's waste. Every 10 to 15 years, authorities undertake the monumental task of draining the canal to maintain its health and functionality. The last time this was done, back in 2001, they uncovered an astonishing 40 tons of trash. Among the debris were everyday items, but also surprising finds like cars, washing machines, and even World War I shells. Fast forward to 2016, and it was once again time to drain the canal. The operation began on January 4th and was no small feat. This massive project took 3 months to complete and involved the removal of approximately 2 million cubic feet of water. The cost of this operation was staggering, exceeding $10 million, but the investment was necessary to preserve the canal's integrity and ensure it remained a safe and pleasant feature of the city. The process began with the initial draining of the water. Workers gradually reduced the water level, leaving just 20 inches of water to facilitate the next crucial step: fish evacuation. Over 3 days, a dedicated team worked tirelessly to catch and relocate the bream, trout, and carp that inhabited the muddy waters. These fish were moved to safer sections of the waterway to ensure their survival during the draining process. Then on January 7th, the final stage of water removal commenced. As the last of the water was pumped out, the canal's secrets were laid bare for the first time in 15 years. What they found was nothing short of extraordinary. Imagine the sight, the canal's bed exposed and littered with items from various times of Parisian life. There were the usual suspects, glass bottles, shopping bags, and traffic cones, but also far more peculiar objects. Bicycles, particularly from the city's bike share system launched in 2007, were strewn across the muddy bottom, each one a silent witness to its untimely fate. Even more shocking were the motorbikes that appeared as the water levels dropped. These expensive pieces of equipment raised numerous questions. How did they end up there? Were they stolen and disposed of? Or was there a more mysterious story behind their presence? But the surprises didn't end there. Supermarket trolleys, chairs, dustbins, and even suitcases lay scattered across the canal bed. Among these were stranger items, like a ghetto blaster music player and an abandoned toilet bowl. These findings were a reflection of the present, but also a window into the past. The variety of objects, from historical artifacts to modern debris, revealed the canal's long-standing significance and the way it has been used and misused over the centuries. What do we learn about Paris and its people from these astounding discoveries? In what ways do they mirror the alterations in the city's way of life and culture? Follow us as we discover the backstories of these intriguing discoveries and learn more about the Canal Saint-Martin's untold past. This is only the start of the journey. The first wave of revelations included a plethora of common items, hinting at the everyday life of the city. Among these were numerous glass bottles, remnants of countless gatherings along the canal's picturesque banks. Shopping bags were also a frequent find, likely discarded during leisurely strolls or hurried commutes. Traffic cones, inexplicably present in the canal, added a quirky touch to the assortment of everyday debris. One of the most significant discoveries was the sheer number of bicycles retrieved from the canal. Particularly striking were the bikes from Paris's bike share system, Velib. Launched in 2007, Velib brought thousands of bicycles to the streets of Paris, offering a convenient and eco-friendly mode of transportation. Yet many of these bikes met an untimely and watery end, submerged in the canal's murky depths. This raised questions about the fate of these bicycles. Were they stolen and disposed of, or simply accidents that led to their watery grave? As the water levels continued to drop, even more unusual and bizarre items began to appear. Among them were several motorbikes, their presence in the canal both surprising and puzzling. How did these expensive pieces of equipment end up discarded in the waterway? Were they stolen and dumped, or was there another story behind their presence? Supermarket trolleys, a common sight in urban waterways, also littered the canal bed. Their presence spoke to the casual disregard for the waterway, often used as a convenient dumping ground. But the canal's treasures didn't just include modern-day waste. Historical artifacts began to emerge, each one a tangible connection to Paris's storied past. Old coins, possibly dating back to the 19th century, were among the fascinating finds. These relics offered a glimpse into the economic history of the city, their worn surfaces telling stories of transactions and exchanges long forgotten. Potential remnants from significant historical events were also discovered. The proximity of the Place de la Bastille, a site of immense historical importance, hinted at the canal's higher connection to Paris's revolutionary past. Could some of these artifacts be linked to the tumultuous events of the French Revolution? The possibility added an exciting layer of historical intrigue to the discoveries. What stories do these items tell about the life and times of Paris? How do they reflect the changes in the city over the centuries? These questions linger as we discover the canal's hidden history, each object a piece of a larger puzzle. One of the most remarkable comparisons is the Temple of Santiago in Chiapas, Mexico. During a severe drought, the Nezahualcóyotl Reservoir's water levels dropped significantly, revealing the stunning 16th century architecture of the submerged church. Built by Dominican monks in the mid-1500s, the temple was abandoned in the 18th century due to a plague and later submerged in the 1960s due to dam construction. Its re-emergence has attracted tourists and locals, providing a unique opportunity to explore this historical gem. Another intriguing case is the Hyam Reservoir Graveyard in the United States. As water levels in the reservoir receded, over a dozen cars from the 1950s emerged. These vehicles were intentionally submerged to stabilize the shoreline, a practice common in that era but now considered obsolete. The emergence of these car frames provides a tangible connection to mid-20th century engineering practices and environmental management. Despite their rusted, decayed state, they offer a unique historical narrative and serve as landmarks for local fishermen. Equally fascinating is the discovery of an ancient lost city in Iraq's Mosul Reservoir. Severe drought conditions led to the exposure of a 3,400-year-old city believed to belong to the Mitanni Empire. Identified as the possible city of Zakaiku, it revealed significant ruins including a palace, fortifications, and an industrial complex. Archaeologists raced against time to document and protect these structures before the waters returned. This discovery sheds light on the ancient civilization of the Hurrians and Semites and their architectural prowess. While these discoveries are captivating, they also focus on a pressing issue: the ongoing pollution in urban waterways. The Canal Saint-Martin, like many other canals and rivers in major cities, faces significant pollution challenges. The accumulation of debris and waste is a historical record, but a reflection of modern environmental neglect. The increased waste in the canal, particularly in recent years, can be attributed to the vibrant nightlife and leisure activities that have become popular along its banks. Young people flock to the area, enjoying its scenic beauty and cultural significance, but often leave behind a trail of litter. Items like glass bottles, shopping bags, and even larger objects such as bicycles and motorbikes end up in the canal, contributing to its pollution. This pollution has severe environmental impacts. It affects the water quality, harms aquatic life, and disrupts the natural ecosystem. The periodic draining and cleaning of the canal, while necessary, are costly and resource-intensive. It focuses on the need for better waste management practices and public awareness to protect these urban waterways. What can be done to address this issue? Authorities are focusing on educating the public about the importance of keeping the canals clean. Efforts are being made to install more waste bins, increase cleaning patrols, and implement stricter fines for littering. These measures aim to reduce the pollution levels and preserve the canal's beauty and historical significance. As we marvel at the extraordinary finds from the Canal Saint-Martin and other global water bodies, we must also recognize the responsibility to protect and maintain these waterways. They are conduits of history but essential components of our urban environments, deserving our care and attention. The public's reaction to the draining of the canal was one of amazement and curiosity. Crowds gathered along the canal's banks, eager to witness the unveiling of its secrets. People of all ages and backgrounds were captivated by the eclectic mix of items found, from modern bicycles to historical artifacts. The sight of motorbikes and supermarket trolleys emerging from the murky depths left many in disbelief. Media coverage was extensive, with journalists and photographers documenting every stage of the draining process. Newspapers, television channels, and online platforms buzzed with stories about the canal's hidden treasures. Reporters interviewed local residents, capturing their astonishment and excitement. Statements from witnesses showed the surreal nature of the discoveries. "It's like a time capsule, revealing pieces of our history that we never expected to see," one local remarked. The media also reached out to historians and archaeologists, who provided expert insights into the significance of the findings. They emphasized how these objects, though discarded and forgotten, offered valuable glimpses into the everyday life and historical events of Paris. In response to the discoveries and the public's renewed interest in the canal, Deputy Mayor Celia Blauel addressed the city's commitment to reducing litter and improving canal maintenance. She acknowledged the environmental concerns raised by the accumulation of debris and stressed the importance of keeping the canal clean for both ecological and historical reasons. Blauel focused on several measures aimed at preventing future pollution. These included increasing the number of waste bins along the canal, enhancing waste collection services, and implementing stricter penalties for littering. If everyone pitches in and avoids throwing anything into the water, we might be able to swim in the canal in a few years, Blauwell told Mail Online. The city plans to engage with local communities and businesses to promote environmental awareness and encourage responsible behavior. Educational campaigns will be launched to inform the public about the impact of pollution on urban waterways and the importance of preserving these important resources. In addition to these immediate actions, long-term plans are being developed to maintain the canal's cleanliness and prevent the recurrence of such extensive pollution. Regular maintenance schedules will be established, ensuring that the canal is periodically drained and cleaned to remove accumulated debris. Advanced technologies and eco-friendly practices will be employed to minimize the environmental footprint of these operations. The authorities are also exploring the possibility of introducing more green spaces and recreational areas along the canal's banks. This would enhance the canal's aesthetic appeal and also provide residents and visitors with more opportunities to enjoy the area responsibly. The remarkable finds along the Canal Saint-Martin serve as a potent reminder of how crucial it is to preserve our urban landscapes while the city proceeds with these plans. What additional mysteries could be buried deep within our rivers? Come with us as we unearth the fascinating tales and little-known facts about the world's rivers and canals. The exploratory process is far from over. Historians and archaeologists were quick to offer their expertise on the historical significance of the items found at the bottom of the Canal Saint-Martin. According to Dr. Sophie Marais, a renowned Parisian historian, the objects uncovered tell a multifaceted story of the city's evolution over the past 2 centuries. The canal has been a silent witness to Paris's history from the Napoleonic era to the present day, she remarked. The presence of old coins, possibly dating back to the 19th century, provides a tangible connection to the city's economic past. These coins, along with other relics, offer clues about the trade and daily life of Parisians throughout the ages. Archaeologist Jean-Luc Bouchard focused on the significance of the more unusual finds, such as the World War I shells discovered during the 2001 draining. These items remind us of the canal's strategic importance during times of conflict, Bouchard explained. The canal's proximity to historically significant sites like the Place de la Bastille suggests that it played a role in various historical events. The motorbikes and bicycles retrieved from the canal, on the other hand, reflect more modern aspects of urban life, including theft and vandalism, as well as the everyday activities of Paris's residents. How did these items end up in the canal? Experts believe that many of the modern objects, like bicycles and trolleys, were likely discarded deliberately. The canal has often been treated as a convenient dumping ground, Dr. Merritt noted. This behavior points to a long-standing issue of environmental neglect. In contrast, the older artifacts may have found their way into the waterway through accidents, floods, or even deliberate disposal during times of social unrest. The discoveries at the Canal Saint-Martin also shed light on the pressing issue of pollution in urban waterways. Environmental experts have voiced concerns about the significant amount of debris found in the canal. Dr. Claire Dubois, an environmental scientist, emphasized the detrimental impact of such pollution on aquatic ecosystems. The accumulation of waste disrupts the natural habitat, affecting both water quality and aquatic life, she explained. The vibrant nightlife and increased recreational activities along the canal have contributed to the growing pollution problem. As more people use the canal for leisure, the amount of litter inevitably increases, Dr. Dubois pointed out. This modern pollution poses a severe threat to the canal's ecosystem and focuses the need for sustainable waste management practices. So what can be done to combat this issue? Experts suggest a multifaceted approach. Increasing public awareness about the importance of keeping waterways clean is crucial. Educational campaigns can help change public behavior, Dr. Dubois recommended. Implementing more efficient waste collection systems and installing sufficient waste disposal bins along the canal's banks can significantly reduce littering. Regular maintenance and cleaning schedules are also essential. Authorities plan to drain and clean the canal periodically, ensuring that debris does not accumulate to the levels seen in recent years. Advanced technologies, such as floating waste traps and automated cleaning devices, can further aid in maintaining cleaner waterways. Fostering community involvement is key. Encouraging local residents and businesses to participate in cleanup efforts can instill a sense of collective responsibility. When the community takes ownership of their environment, the impact is far more sustainable, Dr. Dubois concluded. Local authorities are actively working to involve the community in maintaining the Canal Saint-Martin, a series of initiatives aimed to foster a sense of responsibility among residents and businesses. One of the key strategies has been organizing community cleanup events. These events encourage locals to come together and participate in cleaning the canal and its surroundings. They provide an opportunity for residents to directly contribute to the upkeep of this iconic waterway, fostering a sense of ownership and pride. In addition to cleanup events, educational programs about pollution prevention have been launched. These programs target schools, community groups, and local businesses, educating them on the impact of littering and the importance of keeping the canal clean. Workshops, seminars, and interactive activities are designed to raise awareness and promote sustainable practices. The goal is to instill a long-term commitment to environmental stewardship among all members of the community. Local businesses are also playing a crucial role in these efforts. Many have partnered with the city to sponsor cleanup events and educational programs. Cafes, restaurants, and shops along the canal have started initiatives to reduce waste and encourage customers to dispose of trash responsibly. By working together, the community is making significant strides in preserving the Canal Saint-Martin for future generations. Beyond community efforts, innovative solutions and technologies are being introduced to enhance the cleaning and monitoring of the canal. One such technology is the use of floating waste traps. These devices are strategically placed in the canal to capture debris before it can accumulate and cause damage. The traps are designed to collect a wide range of waste, from plastic bottles to larger items, making them an effective tool in maintaining the waterway's cleanliness. Another promising technology is the implementation of automated cleaning devices. These devices can navigate the canal and remove debris efficiently, reducing the need for manual cleanup efforts. Equipped with sensors and cameras, they can detect and collect waste, ensuring the canal remains clean and free from pollution. Paris is also looking at successful implementations in other cities for inspiration. For example, Amsterdam has pioneered the use of waste-collecting boats, which patrol the canals and gather litter. These boats are powered by solar energy, making them an environmentally friendly solution. The success of this initiative in Amsterdam has prompted Paris to explore similar options for the Canal Saint-Martin. Advanced water quality monitoring systems are being considered. These systems use real-time data to track pollution levels and identify sources of contamination. By monitoring the water quality continuously, authorities can respond quickly to any issues and implement measures to prevent further pollution. The introduction of these innovative technologies, combined with active community involvement, represents a comprehensive approach to preserving the Canal Saint-Martin. By leveraging both human and technological resources, Paris is setting a precedent for urban waterway management. To maintain the Canal Saint-Martin's health and appeal, city officials have outlined comprehensive plans for its sustainable upkeep. One key element is the implementation of regular maintenance schedules. These schedules will include periodic draining and thorough cleaning to prevent the buildup of debris and pollution. By establishing a routine, authorities aim to keep the canal in pristine condition and avoid the extensive cleanup efforts required every 10 to 15 years. Another significant aspect of the long-term preservation efforts is collaboration with environmental organizations and researchers. These partnerships will bring in expertise and innovative solutions to tackle the challenges faced by the canal. Environmental groups can provide valuable insights into sustainable practices, while researchers can develop new technologies and methods for maintaining the waterway. There are plans to monitor the canal's ecosystem closely. By using advanced sensors and data analytics, authorities can track water quality, identify sources of pollution, and respond promptly to any environmental threats. This proactive approach will help protect the canal's biodiversity and maintain a healthy aquatic environment. Beyond preservation, efforts are underway to enhance the Canal Saint-Martin's appeal and make it an even more attractive destination for both locals and tourists. One of the most exciting developments is the creation of green spaces and recreational areas along the canal. These spaces will provide much-needed areas for relaxation and leisure, offering a peaceful retreat within the bustling city. Plans include the planting of trees and shrubs, the installation of benches and picnic areas, and the creation of walking and cycling paths. These green spaces will beautify the canal and promote environmental sustainability. They will serve as a natural filter for pollutants and help improve air quality in the surrounding area. The authorities are focused on promoting the Canal Saint-Martin as a cultural and historical landmark. By emphasizing its rich history and significance, they hope to attract more tourists and boost local businesses. The canal's storied past, from its construction under Napoleon to its role in Parisian life, offers a wealth of fascinating stories that can be shared through guided tours, informational plastiques, and multimedia exhibits. Special events and festivals along the canal are also being planned. These events will celebrate the canal's heritage and bring the community together. Music concerts, art exhibitions, and food markets will transform the canal into a vibrant hub of activity, drawing visitors from near and far. As these initiatives take shape, the Canal Saint-Martin is poised to become an even more integral part of Paris's urban landscape. The combination of preservation efforts and enhancement projects will ensure that the canal continues to be a source of pride and enjoyment for generations to come.